Good morning, all. Good morning, all. It is Monday morning. Rolled out of bed. Did my journaling, my prayers, and I got myself outside. Now, the time jumped forward, so we lost the hour. And it was sunny before when I would come out here at 7. And now it's dark again a little bit. But I want to come to you guys this morning and just to encourage you all to get on up and get your body moving. Haven't done one of these videos in a long time. But get your body moving, y'all. Just get up. Just walk outside, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Just get on out the house. Get your body moving. No matter what neighborhood you're in, you can get out there for 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes, get out there and just get your body moving. When you get in motion, you will stay in motion, I promise. So just get going, even if it's only 5 minutes. And you do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. You can do 5 minutes today and make that your goal for the week. 5 minutes every morning until you have built up enough confidence to go for 10 minutes. And then eventually you'll be at the recommended amount of physical activity to keep your heart healthy at 30 minutes a day. But most times we have to start with that 5 minute increment, that 10 minute increment, just to, I normally say, gain some traction. To gain some traction, all right? And then once you gain that traction, you get to going and you'll surprise yourself and you'll look back like, I remember when I could only roll out the bed and put my shoes on and act like I was getting up, right? So 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I remember when I first started again and I had to really get myself going after I hadn't been in motion for a while and I had been down emotionally, mentally. And I set my alarms to wake me up at 6 to get Shell up. And then 6 o'clock, 6:10, I would be at the door and I would be going to the gym. Oh, look, it's getting brighter as I'm walking. I would be going to the gym. And I gave myself 6 to 6:40 to get a workout in, or 6:50 and get a workout in. So I will have a total of 30 minutes. So my gym is right around the corner, so it doesn't take me that long, right? 5 minutes to travel both ways. So that will give me 30 minutes to get moving. Well, when I first started, I would get there and I would really only do 10 minutes because that's all I had in me. 10 minutes of the elliptical. It's my favorite machine since I was 18. 10 minutes of the elliptical. And so I would do that every week and I would just stay dedicated and committed to myself for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, all right? And the more and more I did it, the more and more confidence I built in myself, the more and more I look forward to going to the gym, the more and more my body craved it, right? And it was just for 10 minutes. But that 10 minutes was something that I was doing for myself. I was being dedicated to myself, to my health, and to my wealth, right? So being consistent is about building a new habit, okay? We have habits that hinders us from being our best self. We have habits that hinders us from being able to live in our truth and the best version of ourselves. It hinders us all around, the bad habits that we have. But guess what? If we have bad habits, we can have good habits. So we just have to swap it out, right? And we have to make small steps. So the smallest step could simply be setting your alarm for whatever time you decide to work out, right? Most times it's best, for most people it's best, to get up early and to get your body moving before you start your day. Because many of us, once we start our day and we do all the things that we have to do, by the time we get done, we have no energy left to work out. That's most of us. Now, some of us, we can work out at night and have that energy, right? Depending on what your day look like. But whatever time slot is available to you, right? Make sure you get yourself If it's just 5 minutes, you get that 5 minutes in. Never feel like you have to start out the gate like you've been doing a marathon. And I tell you guys this every time. You never have to feel like you have to do a marathon right out the gate. You start small. Do what you can do and then get back to it. Listen, I'm back up to running again. I could only walk. I could only do the elliptical for the first week for 10 minutes. And then after a month into doing that, I started going and increasing my time. Throughout the month, I was increasing my time from 10 minutes to 15 minutes of just doing the elliptical. And then I added the treadmill in there. And then I started adding my walk slowly, just building up on it. That's gaining traction. And then eventually, I was running. And I was so excited. And I ran. The first time I ran for 10 minutes straight. And I didn't set that goal, but my body had gotten used to moving again. And it wasn't difficult. And I ran 10 minutes straight without being winded and needing to stop until it was my time to transition off that machine. So you give yourself some grace in this process of transitioning from when you have not worked out, when you have not been in motion for a while. Give yourself grace for that and just start slowly. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, eventually 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25, 30, right? Get into it. You got this. The key is just consistency. I like that rhyming right there. The key is just consistency. So if you're going to be consistent, if you know you can be consistent with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then do 5 minutes or 10 minutes. What you don't want to do is set yourself up for failure. And it's an internal thing. It's not that you can't do the 30 minutes right off the bat. It's if you haven't been in motion and your schedule has been all dedicated to everybody else and everything else other than yourself and your health and your well-being, it's going to take some transitioning, right? It's going to take some transitioning. That's it. So you have to give yourself some grace and some space to build this new habit, to switch things over for yourself, to allow yourself that margin to be able to shift your mindset, your behaviors, right? And that starts by getting into action. Getting into action in a realistic time frame that you can stick to and stay dedicated to no matter what happens. So for me, I have to start my day off with it because I know there's so many things that happen throughout the day that's out of my control, right? But I focus on the things I can control, right? Controlling your controllables. So I take care of me before I take care of anyone else. And that way, I'm a better me for everyone else, right? So gain your traction, set your margin, set your alarm clocks, give yourself some margin, my bad. That's space. Give yourself that margin to be able to shift mindset, behavior, and do things that work well for your schedule. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, do what you got to do. Get in motion. You'll see your whole outlook, perspective change. You'll start seeing yourself differently. You gain that confidence and that self-esteem is boosted the more and more you stay committed to yourself. You stay consistent with yourself. You get your boost. You get your boost, right? If you can stay committed and consistent with yourself, then you can stay committed and consistent with things that impact everybody else, okay? All right, so I just want to come on this morning and give you guys some motivation, some encouragement, a little push, some ways in which you can get yourself in motion in a realistic way that doesn't feel daunting, that doesn't feel overwhelming. It's not looking at that big goal. We're not looking at that mountain. We're talking about the steps to get there. So take the step, do what you got to do. For those of you that haven't been in motion and you got to get up early, set your bag together or get your clothes together and put your bag together and set your bag as close to your bed as possible, right? Lay your clothes out, do whatever you got to do. I start making everybody park in front of me, and I park my car. My car is the last one in the driveway, so I can be the first one to leave. So it's nothing. I try to reduce as many barriers as possible to me being able to get out the house in the morning. Because as soon as a barrier come up, it's like, oh no, that's just another step. That's another step, right? That's something, oh, this right here is trying to keep me back. So do whatever you got to do, even if it's the positioning of your car. Making sure you have nothing blocking you, distracting you, and sabotaging you, right? We can sabotage ourselves. So set it up the night before, get things in order so you can have a smooth transition of rolling out that bed and getting to whatever you got to do, whatever you have set your target to do with getting into motion. Okay? So some days it's the gym for me. Some days it's a walk down the street. Some days it's a run. Some days it's dancing in my living room. Some days it's going to take a class. I do what it is that I can do in the amount of time that I have. And I do it based on my energy levels. I base it on what I have going on for that day. Like how much energy, that was a big truck. How much energy can I exert with my working out, with my getting my body moving? How much energy do I realistically have before I start my day? Because my day-to-day could be very, very long with events, with meetings, right? I use a lot of brain energy. So I kind of map it out. So do what you got to do for you. What's realistic for your day. Map out your week before your week comes. It's super beneficial. And plug in your fitness. It's a lot of cracks on this road, so you might see me looking way down. But plug in the times that you are going to get moving based on the allotted time that you have available for yourself, and determine what kind of movement you're going to do based on the amount of energy you have to exert that day. All right? So with that, I'm going to leave y'all because I'm going to do a little running. I'm going to leave y'all, and I'm going to say, get up and get out and get something. Hey, get up and get out and get something. That was an old school song. That just came to me. Don't let your life pass you by. I'm trying to think of it. Get up, get out, and get something. Because you and I got to do what's best for you and I. I think that's the lyrics right there. Y'all tag whatever song that is, what artist and what song. Get up and get out and get something, y'all. Don't let your life pass you by. You and I got to do what's best for you and I. All right? And number one thing that's best for you and I is getting moving. Getting into motion, all right? So, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to get a little run on, and I'm going to head back and get ready for my day. Get ready for my work day, because I'm already taking care and taking charge of my day by getting out and getting moving. All right? So, everyone out there, remember to live well. Live well with intention. Live well on purpose. And live well from the inside out. All right? Until next time.